Guys, welcome back. Alright, so in this part of the video we're going to be focusing on the verification process. So as you saw in the last part, we were able to register our user, and then we also were able to send out an email to the user that registered to verify their account. One thing I need to check, or one thing I need to rectify. So as you can see, when we click on our button there, it doesn't send us to the correct URL. And as you can see, um, the URL is there, but I made a a simple mistake here. So as you can see, it starts off with the local IP address, but I didn't add HTTP semicolon //. So I need to rectify this within the code. So right here we created our URL or URL string. I'm just gonna add HTTP, and then the next email or the next user that registers, they should get the correct URL. Probably some of you guys all saw that, and yeah, you probably didn't get that issue. But in any case, we still can't get to this URL because it doesn't actually exist. So the first thing I want to do is come within our application here, and then I'm going to create a class here called auth, or rather auth controller, right? And then okay, and then I'm gonna so within this class we're gonna add a couple of what you call it, methods to do various things, such as the login, sign up and sign in method. I think also the forgot password methods are gonna be in here. Let me just verify with my other project. Hold on. So yeah, the verify accounts, sign out and sign in, signing up and all that stuff, it's all gonna be in here. So um, but for now let's do the verification one. So let me say so I'm gonna make this a get method. Where's, let me just close this one, and yeah, I just want to copy this URL here. Okay, so in here we're just gonna say verify account. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing we did within our sign up controller, where I'm going to add the model and view uh, object or property here at the top. I'm just gonna call it page so that we don't continuously repeat ourselves. So for the verify account, just remember there's two things we need to take in: the token and the code. So we need to add that as the parameters here. So add request param. The first one is going to be token. The code is also going to be a string. So you will see why I'm doing it this way. There's various reasons, and so for now I just wanna do this. I'll say return this dot page So I know we haven't instantiated this yet, but in any case, there's a couple of things. So when the user verifies the account, like I think I mentioned it in the previous video, this URL, when the user clicks on this button, it's going to redirect them to this URL where there's going to be a combination of the token string and the code. Let me just show you within the database. So as you can see, there's going to be this unique URL string and then this code. So we need to verify that this code exists. I mean, this unique token string exists along with the code. So we're gonna have to do some validation here. Alright, that's the other thing we will need to do before proceeding. And then after that, we will proceed to verify the account. Right, then once we're done with that, we're gonna then redirect the user so we're gonna redirect the user to the success page. Now I know we don't have that yet, but we will do that shortly. Alright, so before we get to that, there's a couple of methods I want to add here within the user repository. Alright, so the first one the first one we're gonna do is the verify account one. So just bear with me. So we're gonna say int right. So the verify account is gonna take in the token string and the code. To add the following. Well, it's basically the same as what we did at the top there. So and then add query. Actually, don't set this to null. This will give you issues. Rather just set it to 0. Right, and then the verified. So remember, this field currently by default it's set to 0, which means the account is not yet verified. So then when we do a check, we will there's a method that we're going to use to check and see if this account is verified before the user logs in. So for now, because we are verifying the account, here we are setting it to 1, basically changing it to true. Okay, what else do we need to do? Oh yeah, the verified timestamp. So here we can just add, even though this field is not necessarily needed, but we just gonna also set this to a certain value. So the verified add field, there's a method within SQL or MySQL that you can use, which is now. Right, then we have to say where token equals to, and then and we're gonna say code. I just want to put this on the next line. Alright, so we're gonna set the token to null, code to 0, verified equals to 1, and then verified add to whatever the to now. And then we remember we're taking in the token and the code, as parameters. Alright, so that's it for this one. And then let's go to the service class and then add that. You can name these whatever you want, but I'm just gonna name it the same thing. And then here we're gonna say token and code. Right, so this is the method that we're going to use to verify the account. Now there's something else that we need to add within here. So remember, when the user hits that URL, for example, let me just copy, I'm going to copy this part here. Right, first I have to say h. Right, so remember, when this user gets to this URL, we need to do a verification to see if this unique code still exists, and if it does, and this token string and this code still exists within the database. So remember, with this method, we're gonna set it to null, and then we're gonna set the code to 0. So which means that when the application checks to see that we need to redirect the user to an error page or something like that, because you don't want the user to keep running or clicking this this URL to verify the account. So we're gonna need to create another method within our interface here or repository to check and see if those two values still exist. If it doesn't, we take them to to a error page. So I'm gonna say list. Right, this is going to be a string. I'm gonna call this check token and code. So again, this is gonna take in, actually I'm just gonna copy this. This is also gonna be a native query. So I'm gonna say select token code from So we're gonna check those two. We're gonna check those two parameters to see if these two values still exist. If they don't, like I said, we're gonna redirect them to an error page. And then again, let's go back to the user repository. Service. Okay, so now let's come back here, right? Oh yeah, I need to import the right. So we're gonna say user service dot check token and code, and then we're gonna say token, and then this one is going to be, let me just see if I can do this. I think I can do that, but if it doesn't work, we will have to change it. But in any case, yeah. So we're gonna take in the token and code, and then we're gonna check and see if they exist. Right. So we're gonna say this. And then, like I said, we're gonna send them to the error page, right? And then I'm just gonna say something went wrong. And then say return page. Alright, so here we're basically checking to see if these values still exist. If they don't, we're gonna send them to the error page, otherwise it's gonna proceed from here. Alright, so now if that's not the case, we need to verify the account. So here we will say int equal to and then we're gonna again take in that code and that token. All right, so we could do other validations here, just to make sure that we're not taking in any sort of like malicious what you call it data from the URL, because you have what you call SQL injection. But in this situation, I'm not actually doing that. But you can implement the same thing we did here with the registration, where we create a class where we can write a bunch of methods to do certain checks in terms of what we accept from the URI. Like, we only want the token parameter and the code parameter, and if it's not any of those things, you know, that validation wouldn't pass. But I'm not gonna do it in this part, in this situation. I'm just gonna take the token as it is and the code as it is, just to um, we'll just make the assumption that the token, what you call it, the URL is safe. But obviously, you would need to do a much better check than this, where you would create like some other form of validation before just changing whatever data that's in here, in the database. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna take this as it is, and then yeah. So now we need to say so here we will do the same thing as we did here. So we'll take them to the error page. For now, we will change the way we are doing our messages here, but for now we will just we will just do this for now. Okay, so okay. Otherwise, if this doesn't fail, we can go back to the success page. And then we will call this success. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. We would also have to add a message here. Alright, so this is basically our method to verify the account. Now, in our project here, we don't have those pages yet, so let's quickly create them. So I'm going to create a file here. I'm going to call it error.jsp, and then I'm going to create another one called success.jsp. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to copy it from my GitHub repository, because like I said, the designing part is going to take a while. So what we need to again, I'll leave a link in the description below to the template, or to this GitHub repository, where you'll get the design of the app. So we need to come to, let's start here, error.html. Then I'm going to just copy that, and then I'm going to paste. Where are we? Oh, we are in the error page. I'm going to paste everything here. So remember, we are creating this object, this MSG object, so we need to call it here. So I'm going to do this, right? And then I'll say MSG. Let me just quickly verify that. Yep, it's going to have to be request scope dot msg. So this is where the error message will pop up. But then I also need to verify another thing. Okay, I think that's fine for now. And then for the success page, the other thing I want to do is this. So I'm going to copy and paste something within our header. So here within this header, okay, I think that's fine. So let's do this. Let's include, we can cut this out, paste that. We also need to add this at the top in case we need it. So all you have to do is just copy this tag lib here and paste it at the top, and then just include the header. Let's also include the footer. Okay, that should pretty much be it. So now let's go to the success page when we're gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna come back here to my GitHub repository. Then I'm gonna come here, just gonna copy this, just gonna remove all the way up until there, and then also remove from here. So just gonna copy this. So I'm taking this from the error page, and then I'm pasting that, and then copying the footer, and pasting it there. So where's the section? I'm looking for the section where we display the message. So it should be this part here. So we're gonna remove this text, and then we're gonna use the expression to add it. So remember, this MSG is coming from this object, or this object that we're adding here. So on the error page, we will get this message here because we're calling it here, and then same with the success message here. Alright, so but later on we will clean this up just a little bit. In this message helper class, we will create general messages, and then we can just call them using this class rather than us continuously repeating ourselves. Alright, so I need to change this one. So in the auth controller, I'm gonna add the sign in method, because when the user's gonna get redirected to the success page, and then once they get redirected to the success page and the account is verified, they're gonna click the sign in method, and then it's supposed to take them to the sign in page. But currently we don't have that, so I want to quickly add that page over here. So add get So we're gonna have a page called sign in, and then before I continue, in case I didn't explain this section here, you see on each and every page, like for example the sign up page, I created, well, I don't think I created it in this one. Let's see, this is, oh, I did actually. So I keep writing this page title, so everywhere in wherever I'm creating this get mapping, I create this page title here, because if you remember in the notifications, or sorry, not the notifications, the header file that we include in each and every page, I am calling it here so that we have a title in each and every page. So this page title here that you see me type in each and every method, this is so that we create like an object, so that at the top of the page we the header page continuously calls this. I will well, in any case, I'll have to manually write it in each and every page, but yeah, so that's why I'm actually typing this in there, so that whenever we call this page, it'll have a page title, and then we're calling it here within the header page. So each and every page you'll see there's going to be a page title in there. Right, so let's continue quickly. So we got the sign up page. Oh yeah, we need to create that page here. So we have the sign up one, we don't have the sign in page. So right now I'm gonna create a page for this. So I'm gonna say views, file, and then sign in .jsp. Again, I'm gonna go to my repository, and then I'm gonna go to the sign in page. I'm just gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna paste everything there. So we're not gonna work on this now, but for now all I want to do is clean up the we need to include, what am I doing, I need to copy this, and then I'm obviously gonna I'm gonna delete this and then paste the tag lib and include our header, and then obviously I'm gonna move this from there up until end of row, and then I'm gonna copy in the footer. Alright, so so we have our sign in page, we have our success page, we have our error page. So now alright, so right, let's run our application, and then again we are gonna have to manually copy this URL and then just add it at the top there, because at the moment if we click on the button it's not gonna take us to the right page. So for now we'll just refresh. So remember, when we run this application, the first thing it's gonna do in the verify account page is to verify if these two variables still exist. If they don't exist, it's supposed to redirect us to the error page, and then it's supposed to show this. Oh wait, before I run it, actually there's something else I need to do. I need to change this part here. So I'm in the sign up. No, what am I doing? I need to go to the success page. So remember, they need to click sign in, and then it's supposed to take them to the sign in page. So here I have to change and say sign in. Now in the sign in page, okay, for now this won't work, but it's fine. So I'm gonna close this, and then I need to also do it in the error page as well. Okay. All right, let me run the application. Okay, so our app is running. So remember, I copied this URL from the page, from this page. So like I said before, my mistake was that I didn't add HTTP here. So therefore we can't click on this because it's not going to actually do anything. But what I did was I copied this and then I went to this page and then I put in HTTP semicolon forward slash forward slash. So all I have to do now is just refresh this page and then hopefully our our it will verify our account. So just remember, right now, as you can see, we're not verified yet, and as you can see, there's a code and there's a token string. So if I refresh here on this page, it should set this verified to 1. The verified add, it will give a timestamp, and then this code should be null, and then the token string also should be null. So if we did everything correctly, that's what should happen. So I'm gonna refresh. So it looks like everything worked. Our image is not showing here, but in any case it looks like everything worked. But let me just check here to see if everything here has been cleared. So I'm gonna say select, and then as you can see, the token string is gone, the code is 0, and verified add is 1. Verified is 1, and then that's the timestamp. And then so all of this has been removed, so that means our method is working. So the one thing we now can check is that if we refresh again, our page should take us to the error message page, because remember, in our method we are checking to see if the two values, the token and the code that's in the URL string, do they exist in the database or not. So since now it's on null and 0, that means that it shouldn't work. It should take us to the error page. So I'm gonna refresh again and let's see if it does take us to an error page. Okay, the application has experienced a mapping error. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's okay. So it means it is working, because I forgot to create a URL for our error page. So that's why it's giving us that white label error page. So let me close this. Right. So I want to quickly let me create a controller for it. So I'll say right, and then I'm gonna say add. Sorry. Okay, and then alright, so let me just test that one more time. Okay, our app is running. We're still on the same URL, so I'm gonna refresh. Um, oh, apologies again. There's one last thing I need to do. So within the properties file, you have to tell Spring that you have your own error page. Otherwise, it's just gonna default to the white label error. So here within the properties file, in under resources, you can just come here. Right, we're gonna say server dot error dot path, and then we're gonna say equals to. So this URL needs to be the same as whatever it is you set up here, and then that should work. Okay, hopefully it will work. I'm gonna stop the server and then rerun it again. Okay, let's see if it works now. Okay, it's still not working. Let's see. Okay, still not picking up. One moment for me, please. Okay, I forgot one last thing. So we also need to disable the default error page. So we have to say server dot Alright, so if we don't do this, it'll always keep defaulting to this white label error page. So yeah, I forgot to do that. Alright, so I have to stop this and run it again. Let me just double check. Okay. Okay, it's up and running. Let's check again. Refresh. Alright, so at least now it's taking us to our custom error page. Alright, so both on the success page and the error page, as you can see, the the image is not showing. So I need to quickly rectify this. So I downloaded the whole project from my GitHub, or actually I have it on my machine, and so I'm just gonna go within these images to basically copy it into our resource folder. So let's see, this is the sign-in page. Let's go to the error page. I just want to see what the actual image is. So it's undraw cancel whatever. So I need to come here, and I think this is the file. Yeah, so I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna come back to our application. Then I'm gonna go to resources, images, and then paste it within here. I'm just gonna save it as it is because that's what our design file is going to be looking for. I should have renamed these images, or these SVG files a bit better, but I was too lazy, so apologies for that. But yeah, and then let's do for the success page. So for this one, it's undraw order confirm. Okay, undraw order confirm. Okay, let's copy that and then paste it here. Right, let's close that. Let's close that. Okay, so I'm gonna rerun it just to see if the error page displays correctly. Okay, our server is up and running. I'm gonna refresh. It's still not showing. Oh, my apologies, I need to change this to images, and then same as here. So Spring is a bit finicky when it comes to this, so just because remember, in our config file we set it so that every time it sees images, so images is with a small I, and on my page I had it with a capital I. So just change that. Otherwise, just change in a config file so that it always looks for the same as whatever is in your view. So I'm gonna run this for the last time. Hopefully everything is in order. Okay, I'm gonna refresh again. Okay, so that's our image. Alright, so if I click here, I should go back to sign in, and then this is our sign in page. We need to fix this as well. So let me quickly see in the sign in. The image is Undraw Authentication. Undraw Authentication. I'm gonna copy this. And then paste it in there. So now we're done with the success and error. I need to also change that and save it. Okay, so let's come back here, refresh. Alright, so our image is showing. So that should be it, but one last part I want to do is so that we can go back and forth from the sign up page and the success page, sign up page and the registration page. I need to come here. So right now I'm in the sign up page. I need to change this part. Alright, so this is where it says you already have an account, and then there's a button to click to go to the sign in page, right? And then this is in the sign up page, by the way, and then I'm going into the sign in page. I'm gonna do the same thing. So we have sign up. So now when the user from the sign up page or sign in page can click to go and register. So now we need to do the same in the index page because we have the two buttons there. So I'll click this and say alright, I'm gonna run this one last time. Okay, so if I click sign up, it should take me to the sign in page. If I click sign in, it should take me there. Sign up, back to home. So if I click this one here, it should take me to the sign in page, but I don't think I fixed this part. So I'm gonna go to the sign in again, sign in page. We remove where it says so basically it's this button here or this link here within the sign in page, and then we just have to change from index to just a /, and then I think we should be done after this. Okay. Alright, so let's refresh again. Alright, so when I click sign up, we go to the registration page, sign in, we go to that. So from the sign up page we should be able to go back to the index page, and then and vice versa. So think in terms of the rerouting and all of that, everything should be done. So within the next part of the video we should be working now on the sign up or sign in page, and then basically we're gonna first do the obviously the verifications, and then after that we should be able to sign in the user. But there's a couple of things we need to do, like how we just did now, where we need to verify if the account is we need to check and see if the account is verified. If it's not verified, we need to send them to the error message page where we tell them, look, your account is not yet verified, please verify, and then and so forth. So I think that should be it for this video. Again, guys, thanks again for watching, and then I'll be seeing you guys within the next video. Thanks again, and cheers for now.